guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Q&A video. Today I'm going to talk to you all about prints, how I make them, where I get them made if I send them off, and what I send with them, so certificates of authenticity and things like that. First of all, the most important thing for a good print is to get a really good scan of your drawing or your piece of art. So what I tend to do is scan my own drawings in. I have a Canon Lide, I think it's a 120 or a 150, but I'll put the description of what I actually use below. I scan in my images using a really high resolution. So on different scanners you've got different resolution settings. I set mine to the highest possible DPI, which is, I think it's 1200 on the scanner that I have, and you can get scanners which are better and scan at a higher resolution, but the one that I have uses, I think you've got 100, 300, 600 and 1200, and I use the 1200 setting because that is the best resolution, so you get more pixels per inch, or I'm not really sure what it means, but use the highest maximum setting that I can to get a really good scan. When I scan in my images, if it's a small image it will fit on my scanner because it's A4. If it's a large image like a 12 by 12 inch, then I have to scan it in two pieces. I scan the first half and then I scan the second half. Once I've scanned in my image, I use Photoshop to edit my image together if it's in two halves, and also to clean up the image. Or you can use any photo editing software really, but Photoshop is the one that I use, and I clean up the white of the background. So if the scan has come through a little messy, the scan picks up things that you can't see with your naked eye. I clean up the background, I erase a few things with a little eraser tool, and then if I need to, because the scanner doesn't always scan true colours, I can edit that using the brightness and contrast setting on Photoshop, and I just adjust it, and then I do a little test print to make sure that what is on the screen is what is printing out, is what is matching to the original. So I make sure that the colours are all correct when printing to match the original. That's how I scan and fix my images, just with an ordinary day-to-day Canon scanner and some easy tool usage in Photoshop. What I use to print my own, I print my own A4 prints, and I have a Canon Pixma printer which I get filled with archival ink. There's a website, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but there is a place where you can send your ink cartridges and get them filled with archival ink, which is key if you want to produce really stunning quality fine art prints. So I do that and use my ordinary printer. The paper that I use is a St. Cuthberts mill one. It's Somerset. It's actually this. This is authentic fine art inkjet paper. It's 100% cotton, it's velvet radiant white, basically A4. It's just really archival, acid free, and works really well with my pigment inks. So that's what I use for printing my own A4 prints. I do offer A3 prints to customers, and also A3 prints of my wildlife pieces. I obviously can't print these myself because my printer is for A4 paper only, so I go to printed.com and actually get fine art prints made by them, and the quality of those is really stunning. I have one here from them. You can get various types of paper, various fine art papers, and the inks that they use are again pigmented, and the paper's all acid free, so it means that your print that you get printed there is going to last a lifetime, the same as printing them myself with this Somerset paper and archival inks. The quality is really good from printed.com, so I use them for custom size prints and A3 or larger prints. Never had any problems with printed.com, and I just love them. They're a great company and it's a great service. When I sell a print, I always make sure that I send my prints with a certificate of authenticity, and this is basically to ensure that the customer is buying an authentic piece of art or a print from myself. So I send certificate of authenticities off when I sell originals and also when I sell my prints, and I have two different types for prints and originals, and it says what they are on the title of the certificate. But basically I just put the paper that's used, the archival inks, and then sign and date it and send that off with it, and that completes my print setup, my print process. It's really simple. Just make sure that you have archival paper, which is acid free, and make sure that it's a good quality, good weight paper, and make sure that you use archival inks. If you use ordinary inkjet or ordinary laser inks, they do tend to fade. You can get really superior quality inks, but what you really want are some archival inks. If you're thinking of printing your own, I hope you found this useful. There are different papers to the Somerset. I prefer the Somerset, but there are a load of different papers that you can use. Just do your research and find the paper that is best for you. It also helps maybe if you have a local printer, if you pop into them, have a talk to them about it if you fancy printing on your own. Of course, you can always just go to a printer's and have them do it for you, because they do the whole scanning and printing service and the colour match and everything. You can do it that way, it's a lot easier, but of course they demand a fee. So if you don't want to pay the fee, then this is the best way to do it yourself, and this is the way that I do my smaller prints. I will see you in the next Q&A video, guys. I hope you have a great week. Bye!